Cool.
We in, y'all. What's up?
What's going on?
Yo, what's happening?
We got some things to be excited about. Welcome to the show.
Man, thanks for welcoming us.
I'm saying, everybody cheesing, we smiling. What's up, Loki?
Yeah.
So I was going to say, I'm excited to be a part of this worldwide release of Mochavation featuring JadaKiss on their new song called
King Grind. Can't forget my cousin King Grind.
What's up? Yes, and I wanted to make sure I did not leave him out. And we heard the song because, like, low key, we had a chance to interview Mochavation and play this song and get that exclusive release on the air.
Yeah, I think
on the radio.
Our first time playing it, though, right?
Yeah, that was only
Yeah.
So the song is called "As You Should."
Yeah, because we had the whole back. We had did a release with DistroKid, but we just signed a new distribution deal with SS Global, so we had to take it off of DistroKid because they weren't gonna release it while we was under DistroKid. You know what I'm saying? So we pulled it, and we had to pull it off and terminate our account with DistroKid, so they would be able to do their job. You know what I mean?
So it was about a 3 week stall, but it was well worth the 3 weeks.
It was worth it, and we did it. We got everything, all our business plans and stuff organized, and God is working now. And I don't know what's going on, but they reported my page twice on Facebook, trying to get the video banned. I don't know if it's Facebook, you know what I mean, and I don't know if it's just some haters or something, but they try to get my page shut down twice today. In the last 24 hours, I had to fight back to get my page back because people's actually, I got a couple haters, I guess. They reported the video, but they can't stop what God got for us, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a scary moment for a lot of people that counted us out, so I understand.
Yeah. You just touched on something. You said something, let me kind of piggyback off that. Your ops are gonna be your closest people that was to you.
For sure.
There might be somebody in that circle that just, low key hating, and you don't know it. You may think, everybody camouflage.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm like Jesus. I'm a turn the other cheek. For real. I'm thinking like my God, because I know once I declare that I'm with him anyway, the attack on anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I know what I'm up against. You know what I'm saying? So bring it on.
Yeah.
I'm willing to go up on the cross for what I believe.
Yeah, that's right. And you know what? It was meant to be. It's meant to be. Can't nobody stop that.
Yeah, it's ordained.
You can't stop that shine. And when it's your time, it's your time. And I also wanted to say shout out to Bridge.
Oh, that's my brother.
Bridge from Hip Hop Period TV.
That's my brother.
Thank you.
Shout out to Bridge.
So, quick question, Bridge. What has this process been like for you? So, because you have so many moving parts. There's so many components that you're a part of. Tell me about that.
It's been great, especially since we made the decision to go independent. Realizing that we could do it ourselves, and after having some learning experiences of ups and downs, it's really, I'm not going to even sit here and say the most difficult part is just staying the course from all the outside distractions that, because when you get closer to your goal, the devil starts attacking your loved ones and, everything around you, because he can't get to you. Like we walking as one, this team, you know what I'm saying? We walking in the spirit. So when you got, I used to be well versed, and I'm not gonna sit here and say I know it all, but I know somewhere in that book it says when two or more agree, you know what I'm saying? A lot of things happen.
Yeah.
That's where we at. We got a team that has committed. They're not involved. They committed, and we agree. And you know, the evil spirits in that world don't like what we doing because they know our motive and they know our heart. They know what we're gonna do with it. We're not gonna take it for granted. We're gonna do the right thing with what we got going on. You know, it's funny. It's funny because like Moach and I, we met we met 7 years ago now, and is when I first came back to Cincinnati after being gone for almost 30 years. And I went through a process of, trying to figure out the vision of Hip Hop Period TV. And we knew what the vision was when we created this thing. And it's sort of like, it's like how you two and the two of us are now sitting here on this line. Like it was ordained, like it was manifested a long time ago that something great was going to occur. We just didn't know how it was going to take place. And that's pretty much where we at, um like we got all of the pieces that make a nice recipe for a good plate of food.
Yeah. Yeah.
Agree.
So Bridge, a question for you. I mean, I'm just now meeting you on this live. If you don't mind, man, give me just like a brief rundown of what you've been doing in this game for those that don't know. I mean, because you got a you got a long list of things. I bet a resume. Yeah, that's what you got.
Yeah, yeah, it's been time, but it's crazy. And it's speaking on that because Motion and I talk about it. It's like our lives are both like a movie. You know what I'm saying? And one day it's gonna be seen and shown. But I know somewhere, 10, 15 years ago, Moch was crying and saying he really wanted this, and God showed me the way. And I'm gonna tell you exactly 11 years ago, I was doing the same thing. You know what I'm saying? And then our paths end up crossing. So that's how it got started. 11 years ago for me, I was in New York City. I'm a car dealer by trade, profession. I was in the car business 20 years. So
Okay.
my uncle had a dealership in Harlem, and I was running the dealership. I opened a store. We had a joint venture with General Motors, and the economy was bad in '07, and the market crashed. And I was trying to figure out what I was going to do the rest of my life, at that crossroads, because I didn't want to spend the rest of my life miserable and going through these ups and downs, because there was a lot of promise with what we had put together. We were ready to take this whole concept of car dealerships in urban markets all over the country. And when they took that from us, it made me fall back on my heart, which was music. And so not realizing where I was, you know what I mean? I knew I was in New York. I knew I was in the Mecca. I lived in Jamaica, Queens. But the part I'm speaking on is the people around me, because I didn't realize who I had around me. Like a lot of the salespeople that I trained, a lot of people that I became friends with in the city, my wife and her family, they all grew up in the culture. They witnessed it happen. They went to school. My sister-in-law went to school with some of Dipset. My mother grew up on my mother-in-law's block is one block from Sedgwick Ave. Some of my salespeople, that's where hip hop started. For all that don't know, some of my salespeople. Some of my salespeople tour with Dougie Fresh, worked with Aaliyah, like it's all kind of stuff. And then my bro who passed away, God bless the dead, like, our uncle, he was executive producer for Aaliyah's album. So all of these people that embraced me as family realized that I was taking this music serious, and they kind of pushed me over the edge. So then I started taking my camera in the studios and filming. I'm in the studio. I'm in Wyclef's session. I'm in Uncle Murder's session. And then fast forward, while I'm doing it, I'm still working in the car business, and I'm working in Brooklyn, and I meet Lil C's and 2 O's. And we became friends, and they invited me to all of the Mafia functions. I used to go to Summer Jam with the Mafia. We used to sit in the nosebleeds back in the day when they weren't, because you got to understand the Mafia wasn't. They had a little downtime. Biggie was gone, and C's and Kim had been going through a little riff or whatnot, and the culture had not yet embraced the historical nature of what our predecessors have done. So during that time, C's wasn't getting no shine, the Mafia wasn't getting no shine, but I'm trying to figure out hip hop. Period. They embraced me. They embraced me to the point where we did a song. I found a track, and then I got JadaKiss, Little C's, and 2 O's to do Summer Breeze.
I remember that.
So it started showing progression of relationship.
Yeah.
And this is the part where that guy up there in the corner, Mochavation, comes in, because this is on everything I love. 2 O's and I used to ride back and forth to work. We lived in Queens and worked in Brooklyn. And one day he gave me a CD that had music I had never heard. It was Biggie.
Mm-hmm.
I've never heard these rhymes. This is underground stuff that hadn't been released. I got Biggie's music in my car. And he gives me the CD. He's like, I trust you with it, Bridge. I know you're not gonna do nothing reckless with it. So he gets out the car, and I sit there and I look up in the sky, and I'm like, God. At this time, I just started really taking the music business, you know what I mean? I started managing little artists. So I'm like, God, what are you trying to tell me? Big, what are you trying to tell me? I don't know what it is, but I know I'm gonna preserve it. I'm gonna take care of it. I'm gonna respect it, and I'm gonna go in the flow and not ever, misrepresent it or disrespect it. And so, as you know, we all in our journey on this music path. 2 O's continue to grow, and now he's not only driving Jadakiss, he's like his assistant. So now all those things start happening, and at the same time, I meet Moch.
Wow.
I meet Moch in 2014. I come home. I'm like, God, I'm leaving New York City. My father died, so I had to come home take care of my mother. And I'm like, what am I gonna do in Cincinnati?
Right.
And the first week I'm here to keep my mind, to keep my sanity, because my father was dying, I go to an open mic. That was my thing, my camera. I done filmed everybody from Rick Ross to, the little no-name guy. I got them all documented. You can see it. It's all documented. I've been a lot of places, filmed a lot of people. And when I walked into that open mic and I'm filming this big guy, this guy right here, I stopped, like you normally film because you're going to watch it later. I don't have that footage, y'all, because I stopped filming. I watched, I said, man, I just got to be a fan for a minute. His voice, his stage presence, all that just, it hit. So we go up there and we exchange pleasantries and chop it up. And I'm like, yo, whenever you ready, man, I know a few people. We can probably make something work. And then what is it, 5 years later?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
5 years later, he calls me and says, I'm ready, bro.
Okay. Let me ask you this, because you did touch on a little bit, with your faith in God and everything. How do you feel about the music game and this whole illusion about the Illuminati? Because I always hear about this stuff, and it's like I halfway want to believe it, and then the other part of me I don't. What do y'all have conversations about this?
We always discuss it. I mean, there's secret societies since the beginning of time.
Right.
Yeah.
Whether it's organized and structured, I believe that's the only question.
Right.
How organized, how structured anything is. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, anything can be like with your faith, with strong faith, there's nothing that can stop any mission that God has his hands on. You know what I mean? So with
Exactly.
that being said, it just really depends. Like prime example, man. Look at that kid Toby, man.
Toby. Oh, matter of fact,
So
he from
Toby and
Texas.
Wigway, he from Houston, he from down your way.
Yeah. He from Houston. Yeah.
Totally independent from the mud.
Yes. Matter of fact, I met him at a at one of our colleges here at Houston Tillotson. It's a HBCU here in Austin.
Yeah, HT.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
So
like to answer your question, I guess I don't mean to jump off on a tangent. I mean, I'm
no, you good.
sure I'm sure that there are, groups and cliques and things of that nature to try to and some of it needs to be there because some of this shit runs rampant and run
Yeah.
crazy. But you know, the stories that you hear, I can't speak on them because I ain't been in them.
Yeah. Well, it just reason why I asked the question because it's always it seems like it's always
Can't hear Moach, Robin. I'm sorry, Moach's speaker is
Oh,
off.
I don't
oh, my
know.
bad. I'm sorry.
That
I
must
don't know
be
what
on him.
happened.
That might be him. I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. I just want to make sure. Moach, you might have to
Speak,
log
Mo.
back in and come back, log out and come back in. Try to
Well,
hurry up. Yeah.
okay.
Do come back.
Okay.
So
I'm sorry.
I have a question, Bridge, and this is something you could answer while we wait for Moach to come back.
Right.
The filming of the video, the concept, what all you had to do with it, how did you put this thing together? And how excited are you that it's going to be shown today?
Man, the video, big shouts out to the squad who filmed it because, we literally we reenacted sort of how the can we hear you, Moach?
I can't hear him.
Can't hear you, bro. The video, big shouts out to Jason Young, Drake Shot This, and Ronald Jameson. Dre Shot This started filming. We took Dre up to New York to film the New York scenes. And then we came back to Cincinnati. We started last year, August, September. And we just felt like we didn't have enough. So we started adding on, you know what I mean? And we wanted to make sure it was cinematic. Those guys are pros. Dre Shot This young kid, hadn't been doing it a long time, but has a lot of experience and has worked with some really good people. And then Jason Young, who's a pro and shot movies and does a lot of corporate filming. Just a combination of those two, and then with Rondalyn Jameson is the first African American female on one of the major cinematic boards here in the state of Ohio. So like
Right.
every part of this process, we took the time to think about how to utilize resources as well to even help propel their careers. Like you see in the video, some of the things that we're wearing, like like the first scene I'm wearing Fred the Godson, who's one of my favorite MCs, but that's one of our that's family. That's is one of our family members, Reef Hustle, is part of that whole crew. And Reef was with Big Pun before that. So shouts out to Reef. He's lost Big Pun and Fred, and we use those things to kind of show our support as well because they've been supporting us. You see, I got the Soul Not For Sale on. We wear that. We do a lot of things. And then the dancers in the video are local dancers. The locals, the girls in the video are from Cincinnati. And then you see some subliminals that we put in there as well. Like we got artists that we working with that we're going to bring out on our label. That's all in the video as well. You know what I mean? And just trying to show love. We showed if you really take a note, when you show this video tonight, the scene when it shows the Yonker sign, we did this last fall, but the flag is at half mast. There's a white dove flying in the crowd. And then when you get in, you see it, and we got the RIP DMX on there. You know what I mean? Like the timing, the direction, all of this it's been divine. Like we didn't, we planned our part, but then everything else kind of just falls into place.
Let me ask,
We some other news coming I just can't talk about, but y'all see what's going on with the Locks and Dipset on Versus. It's just a lot of things coming after that.
yeah.
That's crazy.
Let me ask you a question. You did mention DMX, rest in peace. What did you think about his passing?
I had an opportunity to spend the night with him, man, and just party. Like, and people hear that party part. We was drinking at a bar, my uncle's bar, Zip Codes in Harlem, and it was a light crowd that night. And he just had an open heart. He just running around talking to everybody, showing love, telling jokes. You know what I mean? So I have one personal experience and story with him. It's a definite blow to the culture, man. You know what I mean? And with his faith, I hope he really impacted a lot of people, because he was one of those brothers. You know what I'm saying? He's a perfect example of a child of God, because we're flawed. You know what I mean? And he wasn't afraid to show his love for God and his faith in God, but at the same time, he wasn't trying to front and impress like he was something he wasn't. You know what I mean? So ultimate respect to the King, to the God.
Yeah, and you know what? One thing I did take from X, he didn't come off like he was Hollywood. He came off like he was authentic.
Nah, man, he wasn't Hollywood at all, man. And then the people that I'm
Can y'all hear
associated
me?
with.
Yeah,
Yes, we can hear you now, brother.
Okay,
The
thank
people
you.
that I'm
Hey.
associated with, I've only heard nothing but positive stories from them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nothing. And rest in peace to Bismarck as well, man. We've had a lot of heavy hits, man.
Black Rob.
Man,
I feel like
We had a lot of heavy
too,
hits.
I feel like too, as we get older, we become legendary of some sort. But I also feel like health is very important,
Yes, it
especially
is.
for us African Americans, because you know they don't want us to last long. So I feel like eating right, sleeping right, and that plays a factor in being a musician. Because once again, you being an artist, motivation. I know there's times you got to stay up late. There's times you got to make sacrifices to, work hard, and and we do forget to we do forget about the health standards and stuff like that. But once again, it just everything will have balance once you put it all in play.
yeah, we just had that talk yesterday. That's funny you brought that up. But you was talking about I was trying to my mic went dead, and I was trying to talk about, elaborate on that
Illuminati.
Yeah, you had said something about that, but you know what? I think though, me and Bridge talked about this a bunch of times, and I think that the sacrifice is the commitment, mind, heart, body, and soul.
Yeah.
When you give your all, when you that's the sacrifice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you got to sacrifice. Yeah, you got to sacrifice who you was, because you no longer who you was. You are brand. You like Pepsi. You like Coca-Cola. You are here to serve now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You of the world. Like you like orange juice. Everybody need orange juice. You know what I'm saying? So once you become big like that, it's a sacrifice, mind, heart, body, and soul. And that's why a lot of people really don't make it, because, you know what I mean? People, and then on the sellout side, I think people sell out and take the easy route because they don't want to, they want to avoid the hard work.
Yeah.
Get what I'm saying? So that's where the enslavement and Illuminati come in there, because the devil always gonna have his tricks and trades to tempt you. You know what I mean? Be like, hey, I can give you this 20 million. You can just go sit around and do nothing. You know what I'm saying? And just do the bare minimum. We push it for you. So you got your ones that's gonna do it themselves and take the long way home, and then you got your ones that's gonna take the easy way out. And what being given something comes with a price. You know what I'm saying? So we all know that. You can sell your soul to the dope man around the corner. You know what I mean?
I mean,
you feel me?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying. So
Yeah.
that's what we saying. If you're gonna stand on your own too and put the work in, so and then people who get into that type of stuff, they been weird. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah.
you gotta have a one. You have a one of you gotta. The people who do get into that, they gotta have a desire. It's already been a thought. You know what I mean? Like, I mean,
They
people just don't.
seeking it.
Yeah, people
They
just don't.
seeking it.
Yeah, people
And
just don't be.
somebody
Yeah,
gonna show it to them.
yeah. That's what it be. They welcome it with open arms. You know what I mean? So people just spontaneous and like trying weird stuff. So that's where it comes from. You know what I mean? So, but I believe in it. It's some people that's done did it and trying to do it. You know what I mean? But the true sacrifice is self. You know what I mean? The time, the emotions, the tears, the blood, sweat, tears, the mind, heart, body, and soul. Like, this what I'm doing, and I ain't letting nobody. So I made my sacrifice already.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So the time away from the
So-
babies, all of that stuff.
With this release y'all doing, I mean, what do you want to tell us about it? I mean, first of all, I love JadaKiss.
Everybody
say-
loves Jada. Shout out to JadaKiss. Everybody loves JadaKiss.
Everybody loves Jadakiss, but
Yeah.
if you get Robin to talk about Jadakiss, oh my God.
Huh?
She'll lose sleep
Yeah.
about thinking about that man.
Well, she gonna get a chance to meet him. You know what I mean? So it's all good. You know what I'm saying?
I can't
Yeah.
wait. He's one of my
Yeah.
favorites. And
Humble
I
guy.
love it. At the end of the day, I love the preservation of hip hop.
Yeah.
I love it. I love what you're doing, Bridge. I love Mojo. I love the patient, the respect, but yet the progression of hip hop that I see y'all doing.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about just rapping and performing. I'm talking about the culture,
We press it.
the recordings,
pressing
the
them.
history, the documentation.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
it's
that's
a,
all.
you know it's a way of life, Robin. You know what I'm saying? That way, when it's like that, we not fronting. We gotta, like, if you want them to believe, you can't front. You gotta really be doing it and living it. You know what I'm saying? And like, we eat, sleep, and breathe it. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every day. It ain't no. Yeah. I cried last night, y'all.
Oh.
I just want to win, bro. And broke down crying. Nah, for real.
That
like,
is okay.
oh, nah, for real. I get real emotional about this stuff. You know, I really do. That's why if you BSing and you come around us, we gonna see it automatically. I don't care if you're a promoter, you a radio analysis, another rapper, a singer. I don't care we can tell if it's in you or on you when we meet you from the day one. Like, if you ain't genuine and authentic, we don't want to have nothing to do with you.
But you know what? You just made a good point. You know, authenticity, and what you do and what you love and walking in what your purpose to do requires passion and conviction.
Yes, I got that.
That's how you part the ways from fake and real.
Guess what? I'm at the point now, unless that it's an elderly person that pulls up next to me, I don't care who you are. I'm playing my music as loud as I can because it's my life. It's a way of life. And you're going to hear this motivation. I don't care who you are, but I'm not going to disrespect nobody that look like my mom or my daddy. You know what I mean? Past that, I'm blowing their ears out. You hear me? They better roll their window up at the red light.
So the Cincinnati, New York connection, you know, I'm down Texas, loving it. I'm an East Coast girl, you know, Pittsburgh born and raised, finished high school, Virginia Beach. Shout out to Steel City. You know, then I finished high school, Virginia Beach, ended up living 20 years in Chocolate City, DC. Okay. Grew up on hip hop, ate hip hop, listened to it, just, you know, took it all in, lived the culture. When it came out, when I was younger, and I'm not trying to date myself, they said it was a fad and a trend. and then it
Of
became a
course.
way of life.
Of
Okay.
course.
And so I had much respect, and the jury was out on it. What
Yeah.
this trend will end, but, you know, or you're too old to rap, or but it just didn't fade
It's the
out. It just didn't.
number one genre generating the most money in music, transcending all races, creeds, colors, in every corner of the world, in every aspect of commercial promotion, like hip hop. Period. For real.
Yeah.
Like,
Indeed.
Yeah.
look at the people who
Indeed.
control marketing and advertising now. They are from the hip hop generation, so they grew up on MTV. Like your most blandest commercials now have hip hop in it.
I'm gonna say this because a lot of people don't realize how much you're representing hip hop. You represent hip hop in the way you dress. Now you may not listen to everybody, but you throw on some. Let's say you throw on some Adidas with a shirt and the warm ups. That's representing hip hop.
That's
You know?
you looking
it's a
like a B
culture.
boy or a B girl. That's
Yeah.
who put that on the map.
Yeah. You know.
Well, I'm going to ask you a question now. So, with everything being said, this excited to see. I didn't see the video yet. I usually peek. I haven't seen it yet. I can't guarantee it's going to be smooth. Whatever, we'll be able. When does it release officially?
It's out. It's up.
Okay.
It's up. It's on
Everything
YouTube
Okay,
right
today.
now.
So
Today
We
was
dropped
It
release
is on
day.
YouTube.
We dropped the video, the song. The distribution company distributed the song at 12:20 last night. I was up waiting.
Oh wow.
I'm searching, and the video came out. We did it last night, and everybody
like
woke
4 in
up
the
to
morning.
it. And then shout out to DJ Fresh. I am DJ Fresh from Louisville. You know what I mean, for Cincinnati, Louisville/Cincinnati. Blue Check DJ. He hosted the mixtape, and we put that on the 4th row on mymixtapes.com. The Narcos mixtape is released as well with the hosting of DJ Fresh, and that's under what my mixtapes got 10 million listeners. You know what I mean? So we uploaded on mymixtapes.com as well. All this stuff came out at the same time. Everything dropped on a quarterly, and then I know it's a blessed day because this live is working. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm
For
saying?
real.
Like,
Yay! I
you know what
worked hard on this.
Yeah.
Robin, I know I want to make sure I interject this for Moach because you asked the question. I'll make sure we get clarity. He did expand on it. We dropped As You Should, which is the first single from Narcos, from the Narcos mixtape, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we dropped the Narcos mixtape today as well, which has a bunch of tracks on it. And I'm gonna let Moach talk about that. You might want to hear about. It was inspired by the series Narcos, so you might want to ask him, talk to you
Okay.
about that mixtape.
Yeah, let's talk about.
I would like to hear a little bit about that.
Yeah, let's hear about that.
The Narcos
Go ahead,
mixtape it's basically from the series of the Narcos of the Pablo story and stuff. You know what I mean? And I was real inspired by you know what I mean, the family man he was, even though they labeled him as a monster because he drug trafficked and he was from the streets, he was from the gutter, but he had a heart and he did things with a purpose, you know what I mean? And he reminded me a lot of me, you know what I mean, in the sense of he was a man of integrity. And Bridge had made a statement about, y'all remember how he was trying to get in Congress and they wouldn't let him in, and he flipped out on everybody.
Yeah.
That's kind of how it is with me in the music industry. They don't really, they took so long to let me in, and now I'm a weak havoc on them. You know what I mean? In a good way, just with putting out good music and, you know what I mean, putting out good product and just, you know what I mean, just dominating my competition and crushing my oppositions in a good way, in a musical way. You know what I mean? Just displaying that I got multi-million-dollar talent. You know what I mean?
In a versus type of way. Shouts out to Sweet Beats and Timberland.
Yeah. that part. So
That
just
part.
I got a new single too called That Part. That's gonna be on the next.
Okay.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I ain't even.
We gonna dance to that.
It's
What's
still.
the song that Bridge? I heard you when y'all was driving. Y'all was on your way to do some work, boy. Y'all was working as usual.
Oh,
And he was asleep.
That's Hold You Down.
Ooh,
That's
okay.
Yeah, you
the
love that
theme.
song.
I call it the anthem.
That song.
Oh yeah.
That song is coming. We're gonna do Narcos Reloaded. It's gonna be called N2 Reloaded. So after you get a little taste of what's going on with this project, you'll hear Hold You Down coming on the reloaded version. Because if you watch the series Narcos, not only was it gangster, it was Pablo's way of life. And like who are we to judge the hustle? Because this country we sitting in was built on a lot of ills, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So with that being said, his hustle was just one thing that was focused on, but he also, like Mo said, was a family man, and he loved his women. He loved his wife. You know what I mean? His wife was everything to him. So it was a love story. He loved his children. He loved his mother. So it was a love story. So when you hear N2 Reloaded, you're gonna understand, the whole story of where Moch was inspired by this thing. But we kick it off and kick the door in with Narcos, as we should.
Raw.
So let me ask you this,
All right.
Moch. With this mixtape, so does a whole mixtape start off with like storytelling? Do you kind of break it down, and do you kind of?
Yeah, it actually got skits from the movie.
Okay.
From the we took the skits because it's a mixtape. We took the skits and put the skits in between the songs and stuff, and then DJ Fresh on there screaming. So yeah, it's structured. You know what I mean?
It's one of it's one of the livest tapes you done heard in 20 years.
I took it back to the mixtape circuit with the DJs screaming on there, like, because I grew up on that.
I love it.
You know what I mean? I grew up on that. I grew up in that paid in full era when you walk in the club, the DJ, shout out to my homeboy Mochavation.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? In the building, you know what I mean? They got on their Gucci bubble coat, all that. Like I grew up in that era, so I'm like, and then that's what kept JadaKiss and them relevant when they went through that thing with Puffy, with they publishing and stuff. They lived off touring and mixtapes and stuff for years until they cleared their deal. You know what I mean? Even when I went to JadaKiss and I'm like, I'll give you some extra publishing. He like, I don't want that. Listen, let me tell you something, man. Kiss tell me this to my face. He took his seatbelt off and hopped out the car. He looked at me and said, don't never give away your publishing. That's for your kids. Right. I don't even want it.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't want it.
That's the real one.
Good people.
Give me what I deserve. You don't have to give me nothing extra. Give me what the book say give me. Go by the book.
Yep.
Give me industry standard. And that's it. You don't owe me nothing.
And Motivation, running in the bridge, when y'all cross paths together, that's probably the best thing that could have happened to you right now. It's
both of us.
Yeah.
Both of us.
Yeah, I was already on my journey. Like how Bridge said, like, you know what I mean? I've been places. Even before I met Bridge, you know, I was I did a 1.1 million on World Star with me and shout out to Malio. Me and Malio did 1.1 million on World Star Independent. I've been firing off on them for years. I've been doing this for 20 years. I got footage of me at 17, 18 years old on the stage. Like I got the one throwback stuff. Like when I blow up, they gonna be able to go back and see me at the family talent show on Thanksgiving. My mom and them used to throw every year, killing it at the family gatherings on tape. I got it all when I was So this been going. I was ordained for this. I prayed for this. I cried for this. I made an alignment with the Most High, and this finally coming true, and I never get off my horse. I never get off my horse. And then when I met in the bridge, I was at a crossroads, like he said.
Did his mic go out?
That's crazy.
Did his mic
I
go
would
out?
say, yeah, I think so. Moch,
Okay.
we don't hear anything, but we're gonna get you back in with some more
And
responses.
I'll carry it from there. He, you know, when he came to me, he was at a crossroads. I was at a crossroads because I had already tried to do this a few times with a few people, as you know, Robin. You know some
I
of them.
know.
Like we had some real serious deals on the table for some
I
people here
remember.
in my city, and unfortunately, due to uh, you know, it not happening. I'm gonna just keep it that simple. Due to it not happening for various reasons, I pretty much said I'm gonna focus on just being media and you know pushing the culture that way and covering like I was covering the amateurs and covering the pros, you know, and
Y'all hear
and
me?
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. We can hear you.
and then Moach called. I had just had back surgery, and Moach called and checked on me, and then we talked, and he'll tell you, he told
Oh
me he
yeah.
was ready.
Back
He,
back to that. I was at a crossroads.
yeah,
Now I was checking on bro, but I was coming for something though. You know what I
he,
mean? I was making sure he was all right, but I'm man enough and I had a hidden agenda. You know what I mean? It was good agenda, but I'm like, I need you, old school. Get your ass up, get your back together. We've been
Yeah,
fine.
yeah,
It ain't over. Get on up.
yeah.
Would you manage me? And he said, I helped a lot of people, bro, and I'm not doing no disrespect, respectfully. I'm not doing anything if it's not on paper because once I start opening these doors and using my avenues, I want to be compensated at the end. Something for nothing leaves
Right.
nothing. And you know, I'm a man. I respect that. You know what I'm saying? I say, hey, that's fine. Get the management contract written up right now. Go, what you waiting on? So he did it.
no, I didn't. It
No,
took
no,
three
no. You
months.
waited. You waited because you wanted to see me committed. But
We
I'm gonna
talked,
tell you.
but I want them to understand that
Hold
part
on,
though,
hold
because
on.
during that time we was bonding.
Yeah, that's what we did. We spent a lot of time dialoguing and talking and bonding and building a relationship. But it was like I get all my downloads directly from God.
Right.
I talk to God like how we talking on this live.
Yeah. Yeah.
People might think I'm crazy or something, but no, for real.
No. And you know
Look,
what? You gotta have conversations like this with the man
but
upstairs because it's like,
when
you
I
know,
ran into
without him. Oh, go ahead.
I apologize. When I ran into my standstill,
Mm-hmm.
I had lost ideas. I couldn't. I didn't know who to call. I was trying to figure it out. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And it was like a voice said, it was my guy though, Mark Bridges, clear as day, clear as day, clear as day. Mark Bridges. I'm like, Mark Bridges. Mark Bridges. God just kept on saying, Mark Bridges.
Didn't know him from Fresh Can of
And
Paint.
I went and did it. And then I went and called Mark Bridges and it happened. You know what I mean? And we dedicated it. But that was just like, and then it's happening again. It was, now it's Tiffany Gaines.
Mm-hmm.
She's the CEO of SS Global, the distribution company.
Okay.
So he's giving me direct, divine. All it is me following my heart and following those positive things that we hear. That be God that we don't never act on. When he be like, leave them alone, they ain't right, and we still mess with them, knowing they ain't right. That be God telling us what's steering us in our direction. If you listen close enough, you can hear it, and that's what happened. And I'm just listening. I'm following my heart and I'm listening, and then I'm acting on it. Just like I called Bridge and told him, I said, get prepared. Get everything organized now. While we got the budget and everything, get it done now. Yeah. He like, bro, hold on. I said, no, bro. Now, bro. But soon as he got organized, Tiffany called.
Wow.
Doors just start opening up. So if you're not, to all the artists, if you're not moving, it's not gonna move.
Right.
You gotta act on everything.
Right,
All
right.
those ideas you want, all those hearts and desires. It's only one step away. That's all you gotta do is just move on it. Just pray and go. And that's what we've been doing. And it's been working. Like, I'm about to throw a show in August, and I'm gonna do 150 pre-sale tickets, and I'm gonna sell out. Huh?
September.
No,
And we're gonna be there one of them shows.
It's September.
We're gonna sell out.
The one
I'm gonna be there.
This the one you're gonna be performing with JadaKiss, right?
That's not public yet.
Oh, sorry about that. Sorry about that.
No, we going on tour.
We going on tour with them.
We gonna put it in the universe. We on our way on tour. We've been invited on tour.
Whenever they go on tour, we gonna hit
the cat out the bag. I didn't know. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Me personally, bro, I always be saying, I hear people, don't tell them. They gonna hate. They gonna try to. No, I'm screaming loud how blessed I am and how God is moving me. It ain't nothing you can do about it. You can go report it on Facebook. You can report my Instagram, but you cannot stop what I'm aligned to do. I'm aligned. I'm in alignment. I made a deal with God. I told God, no matter how high you take me, I'll always give you the glory and exalt your name first.
Yes.
No, that's right.
Please.
So with that being said, because that's a wonderful thing, like to profess, confidently that very entity that gives you your strength, courage, direction, and fortitude in pressing forward and saying that with confidence and openly already, to me, I can see where you march to the beat of your own drum.
Yes.
But you know what? You know what, Robin?
Robin,
that's our whole squad. Our whole squad, we're all praying warriors. You know what I'm saying? And some of us have different faith, but we all believe in the Creator. You know what I mean?
The Most High.
Right.
Yes.
That's my daddy.
Yes. So,
Bridge,
yes, indeed.
He on my wallet. This is who I do it for. He passed away in 2008 of a triple bypass. He died on the operating table for a heart failure. At 52 years old.
Prayers.
And it flipped my world upside down.
Yeah.
I never thought that man would die. He was just so strong. He had been having heart attacks from 2006 to 2008 and not even knowing it. He had like, he was living off 20% of his heart, walking around normal.
Wow.
And then finally got to having, couldn't breathe and went in there. So, and he told me, you could do anything. Matter of fact, I'm the eldest boy of 12 boys, but I have 19 brothers and sisters.
Wow.
My daddy had 2 by my mother. I got 2 older sisters by my daddy's first baby mama. Then he had 14 by his wife.
Wow.
You know
That's
what I'm
beautiful.
saying? So
that's beautiful.
and me and all my brothers and sisters like this. I ain't close with everybody,
beautiful.
Because everybody went there. You know how the family be, but we see each other, we talk, we communicate, we tell each other we love each other and all of that good stuff. So just putting it all together. I do this for my family too, you know what I mean? So I got a lot of people depending on me, you know what I mean? Then
right. And you're showing
I got a lot of kids. I got 9 children myself. You know what I'm saying? So I got 9 of my own. You know what I mean? So
and they're proud.
Yeah, no. My daughter sent me she said, send me a picture, Daddy. And I sent her a picture of Poo Poo. Her name is Micah, but we call her Poo Poo. And she said, send me a picture, Dad. This was today. And I sent her a picture, and she used it as her screensaver for my cell phone number. And she said, my pops, my dad, my protector. You know what I mean?
Heavy.
So
that's heavy. Hey, shout out to show off praise, guys. I want to say they're in North Carolina. I'm trying to remember what part, but thanks for everybody for tuning in. real quick, before I play this video, Bridge, where can we find? I'm in love with hip hop, period, and hip hop TV. Like when I go on Instagram, I'm like, I stay on it for like it captivates me.
Yeah.
People, you all need to connect with us. So tell us how to connect with all that, and then we'll play the video.
You can find us at Hip Hop Period, HIPHOPPERIOD. That channel, that's really the streets. A lot of the artists are watching that page. I mean, a lot of, especially East Coast, New York, Atlanta artists that have made it. They might not be following, but they watch it, they comment, they always on. You can see it. But Hip Hop Period TV, that's soon to be the flagship. That's where we're gonna take it cinematically. That's the label. That's everything. That's more the commercial. The world's following that page, so you'll see more followers. But both of them have their purpose. They both serve different things, but they both share dope content about the culture. And then you can find those same on Facebook and Twitter. And then, of course, Mochavation, just as it is, Mochavation, MOCHAVATION on all platforms, Instagram.
So Bridge, let me ask you a question. I didn't mean to cut you off. With the pandemic and everything going on, like what it is, and things kind of slowly reopening up in New York right now, or just on the East Coast, they still doing underground like rap scenes, like battles. Because I'm on the outside looking in. I've been in the South, all my life, to tap in to what y'all doing on that.
Follow at Showtime TV.
Okay. Yeah. At Showtime TV got it jumping. He's a good friend of ours, and he's doing URLs, rap battles. You know what I mean? He even rap battles a little bit himself. You know what I'm saying? And do music himself. So.
And he's a media outlet covering the culture as well.
He's a blue check. He's a blue check too. He's certified. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So so he got a lot going on.
As far as the pandemic, it's still they've opened up, man. Like shoot, the verse. I tried to buy tickets myself and not go in, with the crew. I wanted to be a fan. And them tickets sold out in 2 hours at Madison Square Garden for August 3rd, 2-3 hours. They gone.
Yeah. Well, just
so I got to go up there and try to get in through the back door.
Well, that's the same thing here. We have something called ACL Fest. It's because everything seems to kick off in October. ACL Fest sold out in April. I mean, the first week. So all these places getting all these big monuments and a lot of it's just everybody's making up for the lost time of 2020 from last year. So everybody trying to get out and party again. That's all that is.
They're hungry, thirsty.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna play this video. Hopefully it'll be clear. It may be a little, because this is my first time doing this on here, and but at least we can see some visual.
No, we're gonna get it clear.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying with my okay, we're gonna speak it right. We're gonna speak it right.
This energy it's all about energy.
Yes, indeed.
We're
gonna speak it into existence. It's gonna be good.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be amazing. Watch this. It's gonna be amazing.
I've been burning my Frankie.
I'm ecstatic.
I've been burning my Frankie and Murr over here. It's gotta work.
Hey, man, I'm ecstatic to even watch the. I'm ecstatic to watch the video. I want to see it.
I'm excited.
Let's go.
So go ahead, guys, and introduce the video, and we're gonna watch it.
Go ahead, Bridge. Go ahead,
man. You already know what it is. It's your boy Mochavation, as you should. The movie featuring JadaKiss and King Grind, powered by Hip Hop Period TV, on that new project called Narcos, hosted by DJ Fresh. Let's get it.
Real.
Woo-hoo. All right.